What is going on, everybody? My name is Raddy and you're watching my channel, Raddy the Brand. Today I've got a very cool and useful technique that is great for reducing the file size of background images which often contain fewer details. We have to give credit where credit is due, and I found this technique on a website called peterhrinkow.com, and so his website will be linked in the description below. Go and check his blog as he has some pretty cool articles, and also he has a JS library that you can try out. It's called circlestype.js. The last thing that I wanted to mention is that this method does not work on all types of images, but I am sure that some of you might find it handy as I've used it a few times myself. If you're feeling generous, please consider subscribing. I upload weekly web development and design videos just like this. Like the video, and if you have any questions, please comment below. And now let's jump on the computer and get started. Welcome everybody. This should be a very quick video, but to further speed up the process, I have already created a very basic HTML file, as you can see. And all I've done so far is I've just added a little bit of styles here for our body element. And I have the background color of black, which will be the default color. And then I've just added a background image, which we'll get in a second. And I also wanted to make sure that our background image is set to cover so it fits the full screen. Now, let's find a suitable image for a project. And I've already done a little bit of research and I found this website here, which is parox.ls.graphics/mesh-gradients. So basically, this website has a lot of free mesh gradients that we can download and use. So let's scroll down and find one that we like. So most of them will actually work as long as they don't have super sharp corners. I mean, yeah, I think most of them will work, but let's find one that looks a little bit more interesting. Maybe let's go with the Banana Mania. So let's download this. And this actually opened the full image in the browser. So what I'm going to do is drag this into my folder. And as you can see, we have the bananamania.jpg in here. Let's copy this and put this into here, into the background image. Save this. And if we go back to our page, you will see that we're getting the full screen image now, which is perfect. So now let's have a look at how we can potentially optimize this image to be much smaller in size. At the moment, the original image is 322 kilobytes. Let's have a look at how we can make it smaller without losing the quality. First of all, you can do that in any photo editing software, but I've already got Photoshop open here. So let's drag that in like so. I'm going to unlock the layer of the background, and what I want to do is make this image much smaller in size. So in Photoshop, I can actually do on Windows, Control and T to resize the image, or if you're Mac, you can do Command and T. And then what I want to do is scale this down, but I want to keep the aspect ratio exactly the same. So I'm just going to go Shift and move down. And I'm going to go with, I don't know, something like 286. I mean, that's a decent size for now. So let's press enter. And also I might have to crop this. So let's go like that and just crop the image like so. All right, that's good enough. Because we scaled it down, we are getting a little bit of transparency here, but that's not an issue. We can always cut this with the crop tool, and it's not a problem at all, I don't think. So let's save this image now. So save as, and we're going to save this as a JPEG again. And I'm going to use the same name, but this time I'm just gonna do it as _small. And let's press save. Then inside here, we can actually further optimize the image if we wanted to, but let's leave it as the way it is. Press OK, and let's go back to the folder. And as you can see, we now have the small image at 31 kilobytes. So let's have a look at the difference between the big one and the small image. If you go back to Visual Studio Code, we can see that this is the small image and this is the large image. So if I was to change this to small and save, you probably won't see much of a difference, but let me actually show you as I'm changing it. So I'm going to make this really small. Code editor, maybe like as small as I can, like this. And let's change from small to the big one. Save. And as you can see, there is barely any difference, but the difference in size, it's huge. So let me show you one more time. If I do underscore small and save, you saw the browser refreshed automatically. I actually totally forgot to show you another example with a sharper photo instead of using a mesh gradient. And so I went to the website unsplash.com. I found this photo that I really like from Spratt. The link will be in the description below. So I downloaded this image and I made two of them. So this is the big version, which if you look at the size, it's quite huge. And this is the small one here, which is just resized, just the way we did the gradient mesh. And I have both images in here in Visual Studio Code as well, already saved, just to save us some time, as you can see. And let me now show you quickly the difference. So first of all, let me show you the good quality one. So I'm going to save, go back to the browser. And this is the good one. As you can see, obviously the image is quite large. You probably shouldn't be using image of that size on the web, but this works for example. And let me now show you the small image. So if we go here and type small, save this and look at the example. So as you can see, this does not look good anymore. It doesn't look as good as the mesh gradient that we tested before. And this is why at the start of the video I said that this example isn't ideal for all situations, but what you can do is, for example, you could potentially have a nice design, maybe like a login form in here, and then you can have the Gaussian blur on this image. And I think if you make the edges soft on this with Gaussian blur, then that would probably work. And you might be actually wondering, well, if you're using mesh gradient, why don't you just use SVG or CSS? And sadly, neither of the technologies support mesh gradients. Of course, you can do gradients with CSS, but at the moment, that's probably the best way of doing it. So it's a pretty cool trick. And now let's continue. This is what I wanted to show you. So big one and small one. And you can experiment with this with other images as long as they don't have sharp corners. That would probably work. And that's pretty much everything I wanted to show you today. If you found this video interesting and you're feeling generous, make sure that you subscribe to my channel, hit the like button and comment below. If you have any cool tricks just like this, feel free to share them, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. As always, my name is Raddy and you're watching my channel, Raddy the Brand.